Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to capture leads via Webhook and add details in Google Sheets automatically. So I'm managing an online retail store, and to promote my business and to capture the lead response, I have created a separate contact form and I've attached it on my website. Now my objective is that every time a lead is going to submit that form, I want to add the details of that lead in my Google Sheets. So here I will have to set up the connection between that contact form and Google Sheets, and that I'm going to do without any coding and programming skills, simply with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now here the problem is that the contact form which I am using and I've attached on my website is not directly connected with Pabbly Connect. So here, to capture the response of that contact form and add the details in Google Sheets systematically, I am using Webhook by Pabbly, which is going to help us to set up the connection between the application which is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect, so that we can simply automate the entire process without any hectic task. Now if you also want to learn this amazing automation step by step, then for that you have to come towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. So in this video we are going to learn how to capture Webhook response and add details in Google Sheets automatically. So here I am managing an online retail store with a name as Vistamart, and to promote my business I have created a contact form. So I have attached that contact form on my website, and my objective is that as soon as a client, a lead or a person is going to visit my website, they are going to submit this form related to any of the inquiry or the message which they want to send me, then automatically the details of that person should be added in my Google Sheet. So basically I want to create a systematic record of all my leads which I am receiving through contact form from my website. Now the problem is that the contact form which I am using is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect. So for building the connection between this contact form and Pabbly Connect, I am going to use Webhook by Pabbly. With the help of this Webhook by Pabbly, I am going to build the connection between the contact form and Google Sheets in such a way that as soon as a person is going to submit this contact form on my website, automatically the details such as the name of the lead, email, their phone number, the message which they want to send or the inquiry, and whether they are opt-in for contacting or not. So all these details will be captured and will be systematically recorded in my Google Sheets. Now for building this connection, here we are going to use Pabbly Connect, with the help of which we are going to create our automation without any coding and programming skills. So let's get started quickly. Currently we are on the home page of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by tapping the URL pabbly.com/connect in our browser. After coming over here, we will find two options: sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user like me, you can just click on sign in to log into your account successfully. But in case if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button. It is going to create a free new account for you within 2 minutes. And also when you will do that, you will be receiving 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now as an existing user, I'm going to click on sign in. This is all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create our automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. It has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. On this dashboard, we can find all of our workflows which we have created. And to save the same workflows, we can also create separate folders. As you can see, I have created separate folders for different kind of workflows. Now, to create a new workflow, we are going to click on this Create Workflow button. A dialog box is appear in front of us, which is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, I'm going to give a name over here. Capture leads via Webhook and add details in Google Sheets automatically. After giving the name to my workflow, I am going to select the folder. So here I am going to select the folder as Automations for Lead Management. After selecting it, here I am going to click on Create, and as we have done that, you can see a new screen is open in front of us which contains two extremely important windows. First is the trigger and the other is action. So what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the two main concepts, the principles, or we can say these are the building blocks on which the entire automation runs. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many action steps as we want. Now let's suppose here my objective is that whenever a contact form of my website will be submitted by a new lead, the details of that lead should be systematically added in my Google Sheets. So here I will have to set up the connection between the contact form and Google Sheets. Now, for building the connection between the contact form and Pabbly Connect, because it is not natively connected, I am going to use Webhook by Pabbly. So here my trigger application will be Webhook by Pabbly and action application will be Google Sheets. So once we will set up the connection between these applications, as soon as the Webhook response will be captured through form submission, automatically the Google Sheets will be updated with the details. Alright. So here we can clearly see that action is following what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the form is submitted, then only the details are added in Google Sheets, otherwise not. So after understanding the whole concept of trigger in action, let us quickly start creating the workflow. To start with the automation, first of all, we have to go towards our trigger step and we have to select our trigger application. Now here our trigger application will be Webhook by Pabbly. Webhook by Pabbly helps us to capture the response from any of the application which is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect. So let's suppose here I'm taking the example of a contact form which I have attached on my website, that the contact form which I'm using is not natively or directly connected with Pabbly Connect. So how am I going to capture the response from that application? I'm using Webhook by Pabbly for that. So I'm going to capture the response with the help of Webhook by Pabbly. I'm going to set up the connection between Webhook by Pabbly and that particular application in such a way that whenever the form will be submitted by a lead through my contact form, the response of that lead will be captured inside Pabbly Connect. Alright, so here Webhook by Pabbly acts as a bridge for setting up connections between multiple applications which are not natively connected with Pabbly Connect. Now here I'm just taking the scenario, I'm just taking the example that let's suppose Jot form is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect. Although here I have to tell you, very important thing, that you can directly connect Jot form inside Pabbly Connect. You do not have to use any other application for that. You do not have to use any other feature for that. But here I'm just taking the example to make you understand that let's imagine that Jot form is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect. So for building the connection between this Jot form and Pabbly Connect, I am going to use Webhook by Pabbly. Alright, so here I have selected the trigger application. Now we are going to select the trigger event. So we have two options over here, Catch Webhook Preferred and Catch Webhook with Headers. So we are going to select Catch Webhook Preferred. Now here we are going to catch the webhook response with the help of this trigger event. As we have done that, now we have received the webhook URL and also we have received some instructions. So basically we have to insert this webhook URL inside the application which we want to connect with Pabbly Connect. And as you will do that, the webhook URL is actually going to act as a bridge for transferring the data of that application inside Pabbly Connect whenever the specific event occurs. Okay, so here because I'm taking the example of the contact form, so here I'm going to insert this webhook URL inside my contact form. How we are going to do that? By following the instructions given over here. So I'm going to tell you exactly what you are supposed to do. First of all, you just have to copy the webhook URL. It is saying log into the application where you want to enter the webhook URL. You have to log into your application which you want to connect. Then here after copying this webhook URL, you have to find out the webhook section of that application. Generally, most of the applications have the webhook section in the settings option, okay, or integration option. Then after doing this, you just have to insert the webhook URL over there. So here, because I'm taking the example of Jot form, this is the form which I want to connect with Pabbly Connect. So we'll go towards the settings section of this form. Here you can see we have the integration option. In the similar manner, you have to find out the integration or settings option of your application which you want to connect. In that side, you will find the webhook option as well. So here we'll go towards the integration section. And here you have to insert the webhook URL. So you will simply select webhook option over here. Okay, now we have to paste the webhook URL in this add webhook field. And as we've done that, we'll click on complete integration. After doing this, we can see that the connection is successfully built. So the integration is ready. This means that the connection between this contact form and Pabbly Connect is built successfully. Now, whenever we are going to do a test submission, that means when the form will be submitted, the response will be captured. Once again, I'm going to repeat that. Here I'm just taking the example of Jot form because Jot form can directly be connected with Pabbly Connect as well. Just to show you how you have to insert the webhook URL inside your application, I'm taking the example of Jot form. Alright. But in the similar manner, by inserting the webhook URL, you can connect any of your work application which you want to connect and which is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect. Now, as we have done that, this is the form. When it will be filled, I want to capture the response. This is the contact form. Okay, so I'm going to go towards the publish section and I'm going to copy the link of the form. I will open it in a new tab. And you can see that the form is open in front of us. So here I'm going to quickly submit this form. Here basically this is a contact form. When the person is going to send any of the inquiry or the message by submitting this form, I'm going to receive the details of that person and I will add the details of that person in my Google Sheet, because these will be the potential leads or the clients for my business. Now here let's start with the name. Let's say the name of the lead is Smart and let's say the last name of this lead is Lead. Alright, now I'm going to enter a random email address. I'm using some dummy details just to capture the response. smartlead21@pabblytudes.com, a random phone number over here, then a message or the inquiry. So here it is asking us, let us know how we can help or any questions you have. So I'm going to enter the inquiry. Let's say here we have the message. I am interested to know about the upcoming face mask and the pricing of. Alright, then here this is the inquiry. It is asking us, would you like to be updated about your inquiry? So I'm going to select yes. After entering the details here, I will simply click on submit. And you can see that the form is submitted. So I'm going to go back towards Pabbly Connect. We will wait for a few seconds for the response to be captured. And you can see that yes, the response is captured. First of all, in the response, we have received the webhook URL. This is the URL through which we have set up the connection, and we have received the response. Here you can see that we have received the URL of the form through which we have received this response. When you scroll down, we have received the phone number of the lead, the name, the email address, and the inquiry as well. And here we have received all other details. This means that the connection between the contact form in Pabbly Connect is absolutely successful, and it is possible with the help of Webhook by Pabbly. So now whenever the contact form will be submitted by the lead, the response of that lead will be captured with all the exact details inside Pabbly Connect, and that too instantly. In a similar manner, you have to use Webhook by Pabbly for setting up the connection between your application which you want to use and which is not natively connected with Pabbly Connect. Now after capturing the response, my objective is to create a systematic record of this response in Google Sheets. So I will have to build the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect. Let's move forward towards our action step. We will select our action application as Google Sheets. So let's select that quickly. After this, we have to select the action event. So here my objective is that whenever the form will be submitted by the lead on my website, then the details of that lead should be recorded in a systematic new row. So here add new row will be my action event. Now we are going to build the connection. Let's click on connect. For building the connection, we have two options over here. Add new connection and select existing connection. In case if you already have an existing connection with your Google Sheets, you can just go with that. But to build a new connection, you just have to go towards add new connection and you have to click on sign in with Google. As we have done that, here we are going to select our account, and now Pabbly Connect is asking us for the permission to access our Google account. So let's click on allow. And over here you can see that the authorization has become successful and the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect is built successfully. Over here you can see that the connection is built successfully. So now we are going to move forward. So to create a record inside Google Sheets, first of all we have to build the connection between this spreadsheet and Pabbly Connect. So the name of my spreadsheet is Vistamart Lead Details. I'm going to select the same from the drop down, Vistamart Leads Details. Alright, then here we have to select the sheet name which is already selected, as you can see, because I only have one sheet over here currently. We are going to move forward. Then we have name, email, phone number, message, and the contact opt-in. So these fields are the same as we have the columns in our spreadsheet. So when we are going to enter the details in these fields, systematically the record will be added in our Google Sheets as well. Now to enter the details in these fields, we are not going to use manual method. What we will do, we have received the details of the lead already in our earlier response. So instead of entering the details manually by copy and pasting or by typing, we will simply insert the data from previous step with the help of mapping. Mapping is inserting data from previous step. As you can see, here we have all the details. First of all, we want the name. When we will search the name over here, it has redirected us towards the name of the lead. We have the first name and the last name. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the first name. We will use a space and then I'm going to use the last name. In this way, I have inserted the details from a previous step. I have mapped this name. When we map a data like this from a previous step, it becomes dynamic, and with each and every new response, automatically it gets replaced. So now when we have mapped this name of the lead, every time a new form will be submitted by the lead on our website, automatically the name of the lead is going to replace with a new name of that new lead, and in this way we are going to automate the entire process. Alright. We'll move forward here. The next we have is the email. So here I'm going to search for email address. Okay, then we have the phone number. So let's map the phone number as well. Then the next we have the inquiry. So we have received the inquiry as well of the lead. So I have mapped that as well. Then we have the opt-in status. So we have yes as the opt-in status. I have selected that. Okay. So we have mapped all the details, and because we have mapped these details, they have become dynamic, and with each and every new response, automatically these details are going to replace. So we are going to automate the process very easily now. We are going to click on save and send test request button, and here we have received the response. In this response here you can see we have the data. This is the range up till which the data is added. So here this means that the details of the lead are systematically recorded in the given columns. I'm going to take you back towards Google Sheets. And yes, here you can see that the details are added systematically in the separate columns. We have the name in the name field, we have the email in the email field, phone number, message, and the opt-in status of the lead as well. This means that the connection is absolutely successful. So now whenever the form will be submitted, the details of that form will be recorded in Google Sheets systematically. Here once we have set up the connection, I am going to show you the real-time example of this workflow as well to check whether the workflow is running fine or not. So I'm going to once again submit the form with another details. I have opened the form once again and I'm going to submit it. So let's say the name of the lead this time is new lead. Then we have the email. So here let's say the email is newlead35@pabblytools.com, a random phone number as well, and a message. Let's say this is a test message. Okay, then here I'm going to select yes. Then I will simply click on submit. And as we have done that, the form is submitted. So I'm going to take you back towards Google Sheets. As we have submitted the form, you can see without any manual efforts, the record is systematically added here. We have the name, email, phone number, the message as well as the status. So if you look, these are exactly the same details which we have entered while submitting the form. This means that our workflow is running absolutely fine. So in this way, you will be able to set up the connection between Webhook by Pabbly and Google Sheets, so that whenever the Webhook response will be captured from the application which is not directly connected with Pabbly Connect, you will be able to automatically create a record in Google Sheets. So I hope this automation is clear to you. Here I've just taken the example of Jot form, but you do not have to use that same. You can set up the connection between your work application and Pabbly Connect. I hope this video is helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such applications without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also, please like our video and subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.